Welcome, all you degenerate watch addicts. Today, let's take a look at quite possibly one of the coolest watches you can find today. This is the Hamilton PSR, or Pulsar, which is a homage to their original LED watch from the 70s. There are 4 versions of the PSR, and I believe they're all priced the same, or at least in the same ballpark. MSRP is going to be $745, but you can reasonably find them for $500 to $600. I opted for the silver tone case with the green display because personally, that color combo defines my childhood obsession with Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi. I say childhood obsession, but I'd be lying if I said that obsession didn't carry over into my adult years. Say what you will, I'll forever be a fan of old school sci-fi fantasy movies, and there's no better representation of that than a green glowing LED watch. I'm usually not a fan of reissues of older watches because companies like Seiko and Citizen will simply sell an old watch with none of the creature comforts of modern technology. However, in this case, I think Hamilton did a great job of capturing that old memory while simultaneously making it palatable for a current audience. First of all, the display is always on, which is a really welcome feature. I know some people are turned off to LED watches because you have to press a button anytime you want to see the time, and it's great that this is no longer an issue. This is accomplished by a combination of LCD and LED displays. Because the power consumption of LCD is so low, this gives the PSR a battery life of 5 years with standard use, which means I'm probably going to get much more than that. The LED portion is exceptional, and let me tell you, it's a cut above anything I've ever seen before. That's because it's not just a LED display, it's an OLED display. The resulting effect is an incredibly sharp screen that almost seems unreal. The camera may not be accurately capturing what I see in real life, you're just going to have to take my word for it. The biggest question you might have is how the hell do you set the time with only one pusher? I'm not going to get into details here, but it's really simple. Holding the pusher down for a few seconds allows you to cycle through the different adjust modes, and pressing it once allows you to set whatever needs to be set in each of these modes. Because the PSR only offers time and running seconds, there's really no way to get confused about this process. Which brings me to my next point, there's only time and running seconds. Pressing the pusher once will light up the display for around 5 seconds, and then pressing it again while the light is still on will show the running seconds for around 10 seconds. Pressing it a third time will turn off the OLED, but it will turn off automatically if you forget. Another great modern upgrade to the PSR is the sapphire crystal. It's rare to see digital watches with sapphire, and this was a very smart move on Hamilton's part. Not only does it remove the anxiety of scratches, it undeniably elevates this watch from playful gimmick to professional luxury. There is a huge void in the luxury digital watch market, and the PSR is excellent proof that it's more than possible. Adding to that feeling of luxury is the Caseback and Bracelet. The Caseback is awesome because of 2 things. Firstly, it's screw down. Screw down casebacks on digital watches is the best thing ever. It adds a level of quality that's hard to describe. It's one of those things you just gotta experience. Secondly, just look at that design. How cool is that? The watch is called the Pulsar, and they have an actual pulsar, or neutron star, engraved on the back. This watch was made for sci-fi dweebs like me, and also the more educated astronomy types. This caseback is going to provide 100 meters of water resistance, so there is some muscle behind the nerdy exterior. The bracelet has that kind of Omega Speedmaster bullet bracelet style going on, and it's fitting. Considering the bullet bracelet is often tied with space travel, it would make sense that a watch named after a star would utilize it as well. The butterfly clasp is not my cup of tea, but there's no denying it is a classy feature. As much as I prefer deployant clasps, I couldn't imagine the PSR with anything other than this one. Overall, this is an awesome watch. I get that it's not going to be for everyone, but I appreciate the fact that Hamilton made it anyways. Watches don't always have to serve a utilitarian purpose. Sometimes it's nice to enjoy something for nothing more than to have a fond memory of an era long gone. And there's a reason why many of us look at such things so fondly, because certain things were just done better back then. I feel that the 70s and 80s was the time when steel and circuitry existed in perfect harmony. Unfortunately, we now live in the age of plastic, but the PSR is an important reminder of what we lost for the sake of efficiency. In some ways, watch enthusiasm in general is the appreciation of inefficiency. I'm probably wrong. I probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But if what I'm saying makes any sense to you, then you're gonna love the PSR. It may not be a value watch, but it is a watch of value. It's well made, executed perfectly based on its intended purpose, and an addictingly fun watch to wear. I recommend this watch 100% for all enthusiasts. But that's all I have to say for now. If you made it this far, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.